I'm already Tracer. That was not funny at all. Hey guys, Larry here, and it's 2019, and yeah, 2018, that's all I got to say. Some good things I will say about 2018. One, we hit 2,000 subscribers. Right now we're at 2,400, and that's cool. Very much appreciated. We started a Patreon, but yeah. We were on a race car. We sponsored a NASCAR race car, very slightly. It was a contest. It was free. I didn't pay anything, but yeah, still there nonetheless, and that was pretty cool. What was the other thing that was pretty cool? Oh yeah, I met Peter Cullen, one of my greatest idols of all time, and that's about all the positives I got for this year. Because the rest, boy. So this is the 18. I don't care what other people do. If they do just top 10s, I don't care if I get berated for that. I don't care. So what we're gonna do, real quick, is honorable mentions. I know last year I did a 2-part video. This year I'm just gonna skim through them real quick, maybe give like a brief second about what they were, and that's it. So honorable mentions. First honorable mention I'll give is this animated reissue Hot Rod. I did open them up. Already took them open. Already put the stickers on, but I just kind of like them in the box. But I do like them. I really do. So yeah. Next up, Dreadwind and Darkwing, or Blackwing, I forget which one it is now. Both of them are really cool together, especially. Yeah. Robots in Disguise 2015 Platinum Edition Grimlock. I really like this. It's just the Fall of Cybertron mold, but I really, really enjoy this a lot. I always love this mold, as flawed as it is, but yeah, I enjoy it. Titans Return RC. She's a fun little girl. She's pretty cool. I like her. Comes with Ultra Magnus. I don't have him here with me. He's upstairs. But I really do like RC a lot, so this was pretty cool to have. Yeah. Studio Series Jazz. So Studio Series Jazz is really small, but I love it. I think he's really, really, really good for what he is. Very compact, very small. I love him to death. Power Core Combiner Leadfoot. I've always wanted a Leadfoot. I just want to collect all the Leadfoots at this point. Lead feet, whatever. Fuck. So having him is pretty cool. So now I just need G2 Leadfoot, and that'd be it, really. Okay, I know I got animated Ironhide last year, but I finally got the Ratchet to go with him, and I really love this guy so much that he is now the Secret Transformer Show Ratchet. I love him so much, and I just love this Ratchet anyway, as a character and everything. Movie salvage. This figure caught me off guard. I saw Mason Brown was selling stuff, saw this, and I was like, he looks pretty good. Got him, love him. He's just so cool and he's so interesting. He's so precious. I've always shit talk Universe and Classics, but I got this guy, Universe Blue Streak. I voiced Blue Streak, by the way, in Transformers War for the Matrix on Grant Films' channel. I can't remember his name at the top of my head, but I do voice Blue Streak, and I love voicing Blue Streak. So I just kind of got him, and this kind of just made me like this mold a little bit more. I used to hate this mold, but you know, something about this I really like. Power of the Prime. Yeah, Power of the Prime's Grimlock. He's so precious. He's the best G1 looking Grimlock, and he just combines as an added feature. Wish he was just a bit taller, but that's all I really have complaints-wise on that. Power of the Prime's Elita 1. I really, really like Elita 1. This year was a great year for Elita 1. So I got her, and she's cool. Power of the Prime's Moon Racer. We're just getting a lot of Finbots this year, and I'm super happy. I just wish they were better. All things told, but I really do like this figure a lot. Bumblebee Movie Speed Series. Igniter, Optimus Prime. He's just so small. That's all I got to say. MMC Eupatorium, Elita 1. I wish it was just a little bit better. Thank you, Matt, for this. I really do appreciate it, but I wish she was just a little bit better. Dark of the Moon Leader Bumblebee. He's a big chungus. I love him. He's super big. Oh wait, I didn't know you could do that. Anyway, so hey, new discovered a thing. Yeah, he's pretty cool. Last night is shit. Some of the figures were okay. Dragon Storm, pretty okay. All things told, not a super impressive figure, but for $25, he was interesting. Okay, for the last honorable mention stuff, I am doing customs that I really love that my friends gave me this year. And yeah, first up is Glyph. I've never owned a Glyph figure. They've not really made a lot of Glyphs. I've never owned the War for Cybertron Bumblebee mode. So when Matt gave me this one, or I bought it off of him, I was really, really happy. I really, really like it. It's just so cool looking. Finally, it's Impactor from Mason Brown. I really, really love this thing. It's super cool. What a perfect mold to put it on, Impactor. So, yeah. All right, now that we got that through with, what's I want to try to get this video short. Probably won't be able to. Let's start the list. Let's start at number 18. Gotta kick shit out of the way. Number 18 starts off with probably the biggest thing I bought all year. And as much as I think he's better than the thing that came out last year and what his predecessor is, he's still just, I barely remembered I bought him. Unfortunately, that goes to Triptychon. So $40, $50 for this guy is an insane price and an amazing deal. And I really loved him, and he was way better than Fort Max. But I don't know, I guess I just lost eye of the spectacle. As much as I think this guy's cool, he has a little chomping mouth and everything, it just, yeah, just I kind of forgot about him. And it sucks because he was always in my upstairs with all the rest of my stuff. And hell, I would always remember him because I put a little cowboy hat on him and it always fell off. But when I was writing this list, like, I literally forgot about this guy. And as much as I think I would have put him in the honorable mentions, I think as himself, he's actually really good. Like I said, better than Fort Max. And I think that's just, but I think everything's better than Fort Max at this point. The only reason I put Fort Max on the list last year was just because how big of a spectacle it was. Triptychon's miles better. It's just, I just almost forgot the guy. Speaking of another figure I almost completely forgot that I got this year, is a figure that I shouldn't have forgot this year because I love him dearly. He's my, he was my baby. Hot Rod. So last night, Hot Rod, he is so great. He's better than the Lockdown. And although this is the same car and the same basic engineering as Lockdown and Roadbuster, I really enjoy Hot Rod a lot. I reviewed him in a hot tub. But yeah, I love him dearly. Just loved him so much I bought a second one that I was going to custom paint, but I haven't finished yet. I will get to that eventually. Number 16 came to a figure that I got his own movie this year. Wow, what a shock. Wow, what the fuck. I'm kidding. So, Studio Series Volkswagen Bumblebee. I don't remember the number. I'm not those people who remember numbers. He is a pure delight, in my opinion. I have a few people who think it's awful, shitty, finicky. And he is. He's a little bit wibbly-wobbly. Some of the figures, some of the well, no, you don't want to. Sometimes I'll transform him, his leg falls off. He's not the most easiest thing to transform. In fact, it sucks to transform the guy. But I really enjoy him. And although he literally is just this guy redone, I really love him the most. The last night one is more, this is the word I'm looking for. This was the mold this thing was made for. This basic engineering thing was made for, and the swapping of arms and such. This is what he was made for, and he's good. I really like him. He's probably the most structurally sound. And this guy's okay. I just really love this. I just love the aesthetic of the little Bumblebee. And just a little Volkswagen Beetle. I wish I got the Masterpiece, though. Number 15 goes to, I guess, a theme this year. Rodimus Prime Hot Rod. I really like this guy. I think he was really cool. He's like he's a really cool idea. Like the little guy, the little hot rod guy becomes the big Rodimus Prime guy. I think that's awesome, but there's still some stuff about him that's not perfect. Like the arm things is just weird and iffy. Other than that, really, I really enjoy this thing. It's such an awesome idea. But I will say the hot rod itself is probably my favorite thing about the set, and just Rodimus Prime was just whatever. Plus, I just didn't want to transform Hot Rod back. I just really like this guy. I really do. It's really fun. Number 14 goes to Bumblebee's Nemesis. Ooh. Remember that from Age of Extinction? Stinger. So, if you don't know, I bought almost literally every Stinger toy that came out in 2014, except for like some of the stupid small stuff. I didn't buy like the Construct bots for some weird reason. I don't know. I don't know what convinced me to like Stinger so much that I bought almost everything. I didn't buy the deluxe. I custom painted a Bumblebee. But, so now we got him in his official car mode. I really like it. I really enjoy the way it looks and everything about it. It's just perfectly designed, in my opinion. And yeah, he's really cool. Some downsides, I'd say, is like the little weird things, ninja stars on his back. But that don't want to peg in ever, right? Come on. Yeah, sure. So yeah, and his cannon's a little awkward, because I barely remember he had a cannon the whole movie. But, well then again, what parts of that movie of him was memorable? Just saying. But I really do like the look that they've done for Stinger. He's pretty cool. For number 13th, I really chose a monster. Repugnus. So, I bought all three of the monster bots this year. I always just slept on Twinferno, just didn't care about it. And then whenever I saw Grotesque and Repugnus, well, not just Grotesque at the moment, I was like, sure, I bought Grotesque. I love Grotesque, but I just don't think, now that I think about it, he was worthy of even putting on honorable mentions. He's just not I barely even remember what he transformed into whenever I was writing the list. But Repugnus, although I just got him recently, is a figure I can easily tell you what he transforms into, what he looks like at the top of my head. Maybe it's because he's recent. Maybe because of that. But I really love him. I really do. As a set, they're all cool. But I really love Repugnus the most. If I just bought Repugnus, I'd probably like him just as much. Also, I have his little sword dagger things in his back, like this, like if he was Drax or something. And this head is the, I think is just the regular Titan's Return head. Because I think the one he comes with, I didn't much like. So I just gave him, whatever head. This could be wrong. I could have probably put the regular head back on. I don't remember anymore. Number 12 is the only Dinobot this year that I bought last year that I bought that wasn't part of Power of the Primes. It's Scorn from the last night. So once again, last night's just awful, but some of the toys they made were really good. And I want to say the Voyagers were where they stand, where they were on the highest of pedestals, and they were really cool. So, and then some of the deluxes were okay. Some. But yeah, Scorn, I love Spinosaurus. Spinosaurus, he's like my second favorite dinosaur. Although science now has really, really made like the one from Jurassic Park 3 and even last night look really stupid. But science is science. But anyway, I really love this Scorn. He's perfect. He's the perfect size. He's a Voyager. I don't like the idea that he was always a deluxe, but now that he's a full-on Voyager, he's really nice looking. And I love him. And the part of me really wishes they make like a G1 Scorn, because they made a G1 Slash just recently. And I think a G1 Scorn would be really cool. Like, ooh, as a rival to Grimlock. Oh, Lord. Number 11th goes to a tie between, well, the same figure, just different colored. It's Optimus and Nemesis Prime from Power of the Primes. Just like I bought these guys, and I was super impressed with Optimus. It's just MP10. It looks like an MP10, but it's like, $50, and it's cheaper than going out and finding one for like $150, $200. And I just really like Optimus Prime. I had to get an Optimus Prime. Nemesis Prime, I don't own like an official Nemesis Prime. Well, that's a lie. I own one, but it's a Legends, dude. I do have customs on Nemesis Prime, but I've never had an official Nemesis Prime toy outside of that Legends figure. You get what I'm saying? But I love this dude. He's from Amazon. He has all this cool shit to go with him. Where's his sword? I must have fell off. Anyway, so I love these two to death. If I had to pick a favorite, it'd probably be Optimus, but Nemesis Prime has a lot of shit going for him. I think he's really cool. There's a lot going on for the Nemesis Prime, yeah. But like Optimus, no contest. Where's the thing? Where's number 10? I've lost it! Number 10 may seem silly, but I don't care. It's the studio series, not the studio series, Bumblebee movie, Speed series, Igniter, I guess, whatever the fuck, just Legends figures, Legions, Cyberverse, whatever, Bumblebee. You don't know how much I've had so much fun with this little dude. Like, I really, really had a lot of fun with this guy. Like, more than... Okay, so here's the thing. If I'm buying a Transformer, I normally transform it, have fun with it and with the day I bought it. Put it next to my bed or just on my nightstand. Leave it there. If I wake up the next morning and transform it again, that means I'm interested in it. If I bring a Transformer somewhere I'm going, that means I really like it. That's why I loved Overlord, that I bought it and immediately took it on vacation with me. Bumblebee, I took around with me for 3 days in a row at work. I loved this little dude so much. I really did. Like, I bought him, transformed him. I know it's a Legion Cyberverse thing. I can easily take him to work. But, like, shit, dude, he's so cool and small and little and wee. Look at him. Don't worry. Number 9. Do not worry. I did not stop buying animated figures this year. I bought a lot, and I just didn't. Some of them were okay. Some of them were that, and some of them were just like repaints of stuff that I've had before. And so, yeah, this year. So this one I had last year, and hell, I want to say 2016, probably. No, probably last year mostly. But I didn't have them complete. But I finally got them complete this year, and I love him dearly. It's Jazz. Animated Jazz he's just so cool looking. He's like a really cool Jazz figure. So I had everything from Shockwave 514, except the head. That was all I needed. But Matt 360 had a spare head. During one of the mini packages I got from him, I just finally got a head. Finally got some head. Ha ha ha, I'm very fucking funny. But yeah, Jazz is really cool. I really love Jazz. Everything about him, like his car mode, his transformation, the size of him, just, Jesus. This was a deluxe. He's so beautiful. Number 8 is technically 2 bots, but he was one bot in the original, Battle Trap. So, or Road Trap. Yeah, no, Battle Trap. So, Jesus, this came out of left field, didn't it? Like, we didn't expect the Battle Trap. I never expected that. Never even knew who Battle Trap was until this year. He comes out, and he just rocks everybody's world. Like, he's so amazing. Granted, the individual molds are whatever, especially Battle Slash, he's, whatever. Road Trap's the best of the two. But together, they formed this really cool Decepticon. They're putting out flywheels now, and I know it's accurate, but it does pain me just a little bit that it doesn't have two robot modes and becomes a big robot. But what can you do? Battle Trap. Battle Trap is just a special event, I guess. And I love them. I really do. I love them so much, I almost forgot I bought them this year. So if you know me well, Darker Than the Moon is my favorite Transformers movie of all time. In fact, it's one of my favorite movies ever. Like so much of my life went into that movie, and I really enjoyed it. And although the Bumblebee movie to me is a way better film as itself, nothing really could take away Darker Than the Moon to me. So I love Darker Than the Moon so much I bought almost every toy from the main toy lines. Like I had all the deluxes, well, most of them. I had all of the Voyagers, except for Sentinel, but that's reasons. I had all the leaders now, Legends, Cyberverse, almost everything. But then there was the canceled figures, and I bought Leadfoot. Everyone on this channel may know I have Leadfoot. I bought the KO Human Alliance Soundwave, and I got, who's the other guy? And I got Wheeljack. There was only one figure left that I needed to buy, but I could never find him because he was always really expensive. Hundreds of dollars for this guy. Hundreds! Hell, I saw it for $300 one time. But one day, I was just perusing through Facebook. I was in a Facebook selling group, and I found him. I found the complete Dark of the Moon Deluxe Soundwave. Guys, you don't know how happy it was when I paid. You want to take a guess? $30 for this guy? 30. I think I had to buy something at that time. I think I had a really important something to buy at that point. It could have waited, because you were never going to find this deal again, and I got this guy at just at the minute that guy put it up on for sale. And for a minute I thought it was a troll. I thought it was some guy just selling this and just, I was going to give him $30 and he's going to fuck off. No, this guy understood everything. He's like, look, I bought it for $30, I'm selling it for $30. As much as I could be that kind of guy. And he was super nice, super sincere, super sweet. He didn't have to. He could have done everybody else. He could have been like those people who sell the breakdown, the Arms Micron breakdown, for hundreds of dollars. But he didn't. He was a good man, a very respectable person in the buying universe, I guess, and sold me Deluxe Soundwave for $30. And that just makes this figure even better. That not only am I completing this thing, not only completing a line for a movie that I love, just because of everything about this, just everything leading up to this, the story behind it, the me finding it, me buying it, for the price of the thing, the person, just everything about it, getting it, and it's a good toy. My God, it's probably going to be the most elaborate part of the list. Sucks he's not number one or something. Let me throw him in the trash. Yeah, that's better. I'm getting him out. So number 6 goes to a masterpiece. The only masterpiece I bought this whole year. So, believe it or not, I'm breaking a trend. The last 3 years, a masterpiece figure has been number 1. This year, it's not, because it's Masterpiece Sunstreaker. So, let me just say this. For years, I wanted to buy the Bad Cube, whatever they called them. I forget. Sun Surge. I've always wanted to buy Sun Surge. But when my tax return came around this year, I just sat there and I was just like, which one do I want? Which of the two do I want the most? So I bought both. And Bad Cube, Sentinel Blaze, I bought the red version because he was cheaper. He's not in this video, mostly because I forgot to pick him up. But surprisingly, after years and years of hype, I didn't think Sentinel Blaze or Sun Surge was that great. In fact, I thought he was cheap. Really cheap. I'm glad I paid only $60 for him. So I thought, hey, this guy's way better. The next day, is this the... No. Whoops. The next day, I break this guy, and normally, here's the thing. If I break a toy, I will actually start getting mad about it. As much as that sounds like a very childish thing to do. If I break a toy, I don't know, I just start, like, thinking it's bad. Now, this was just me being careless on trying to fix something. Somebody's car alarm's going off. Now, most of the times, like, the Masterpiece Megatron, I've always been that one guy who's just like, how about you don't fucking mess it up? How about you just be careful with the thing? Because that was always the complaint, and Megatron was my favorite toy last year. Sunstreaker comes out, I didn't pay attention, I broke him. So, but I'm not going to call him the worst thing I've ever owned, definitely not the worst MP I've ever owned. But he's just, I don't know, something about him's not what I really wanted him to be. But it is good to have both Sideswipe and Sunstreaker now. And, yeah, he's really cool. I really do like him. I just wish I didn't break him. Oh well, one day I'll fix it, I think. He doesn't look super good where I broke him. Number 5 still comes to a figure I don't believe I deserved or still don't believe that I own. It's G1 reissue Skywarp. So if you don't know, my friend Matt360 gave me this as a birthday gift. In an unboxing video. He didn't tell me about it at all. And I opened the box and I was just like, what is this thing? And lo and behold, it's Skywarp. Now if you don't know, Skywarp is my favorite Seeker. Just colors and all that kind of stuff. I don't talk about him much anymore. I used to really be into Skywarp. I was even way into Skywarp before maybe even Thew was around. Nah, I don't want to be that kind of hipster kind of guy. But I really did love Skywarp. What sucked, though, was because there was not enough toys in the year, and every time there was a Skywarp toy, financially, I was a little not super good. So I've missed out on a lot of good Skywarps in the last few years, like Arms Micron Skywarp, Leader Class Skywarp, just a bunch of Skywarps, and it makes me sad. But then this guy came around. Matt gave me this guy for free. It's a reissue, but it still means a lot to me, because I really was considering buying a G1 Skywarp for a very long time. And now having a G1 reissue of him is just as good because he's super clean, not defective in any way. I think some stickers... No, all the stickers are perfect on this guy. Yeah, no, I really love this Skywarp a lot. I almost don't deserve this kind of guy. I really don't. But I really do appreciate and love it. Thanks, Matt. Number 4, I dipped my toes into Planet X last year. I always was interested in what they had. Or for Cybertron stuff, fuck yeah, I'm going to buy some shit like that. It's just, I always thought they were a little too expensive. But my friend, Lockbot CRM, Hunter, lives just a little close to where I live now. And I would go over to his place, and he had Planet X stuff. So out of all the stuff I tried, and all the stuff I was playing with, one figure of his I just really, really love the design of. Pluto. A.K.A. follow Cybertron Megatron. So, this guy, not perfect. By far, I think of all the Planet X stuff I have touched, he's not the best. In fact, some of the transforming elements of this guy are not fun at all. But none of the Planet X stuff is easy. The only one that I figured out immediately without instructions was the Planet X Neptune, I think is the one that's sludge. I figured that guy out pretty quickly, but every other Planet X figure I play of Hunters, I'm not super good at, and that's kind of, it crushes my self-esteem. Anyway, but Megatron, the only reason I bought him is that this is amazing. This is amazing looking. Just everything about it. It's a perfect model. We didn't get a follow Cybertron Megatron toy. So, having this is really cool. Everything about him is really neat. And I personally lost my Warper Cybertron Megatron recently due to a custom and everything about it. So having this guy replace him in a way is pretty cool. Yeah, size is a little off, but shit, it's Megatron. He's really cool looking. I love him dearly. That's not spiderweb, that's just flak. Can I change my mind on where this goes? Number 3 comes from my good friend T-Fan Page 101. Jesus Christ, I don't deserve this thing. It's Punch Counterpunch. He's right now in Counterpunch mode because I'm out of Decepticon. Like, I have more Decepticon shelf room space. So he's going to be a Decepticon when I put him up there on the shelf. But, I mean, Punch, Counterpunch, both rock their, like, modes. Like, every way. I love this thing to death. And I really have, in a way, I kind of wanted a Punch, Counterpunch figure. There was that, that exclusive one that's with Sideswipe, Sunstreaker mold, and I don't like that mold. Except for, though, I did get Red Alert this year, and I do like Red Alert, but that's a different story. I guess I'm just kind of warming up back to classics. Like, I used to hate it a lot, but then I got Hound, I got Mirage, Dragstrip, Blue Streak, and Red Alert, and I kind of guess I'm warming back up to it. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I saw a picture of Sideswipe today, and I was like, shit, I kind of want him, but I don't want him. Anyway, so I really like this guy. Now, it's Counterpunch. And it's his own mold. And it's really cool. Just everything about it's so ingenious. Like, I really have to say that. It's like, this was really clever to do. Granted, it has this kind of stupid Power of the Prime stuff where, it has the holes in the chest. But that's the least of my worries. In a way, I kind of wish if it wasn't going to do the combining, they shouldn't have included the hand. It shouldn't have included the hole. Hell, this could have been a Siege figure, if anything. They could have just waited till then. Give us that Greenlight figure that apparently is coming out that could combine, maybe. But anyway, I really, really do enjoy this figure a lot. And I really go to why. Okay, so we're getting down to the end. So normally I put a combiner as a whole together, but I didn't complete any of the combiners this year, unfortunately. But I wanted to make an exception because I know what this is going to become, and I really cannot wait for it to be finished. So I just substituted a limb on this combiner, Abominus. So Abominus is slowly becoming my second favorite Decepticon combiner. No one's going to beat Bruticus. In fact, I've heard a lot of people say this is better than the Combiner Wars Bruticus. In a way, yeah it is. But I think it's just because Power of the Primes improved on the Combiner stuff, because we used to have like the stupid claw hand things and the feet that were the same thing, just flattened. And that was very awkward. The Power of the Primes really improved this year and given us new feet, different kind of hands, and everything. But the reason I put Abominus all together, because to be honest, Bruticus itself, like the Combiner Wars Bruticus, there's not really anything impressive by it. I mean, it just looks really good, and that's all that matters to me, but the individual bot modes ain't that cool. Granted, Blastoff's really neat. I didn't buy the Power of the Primes Blastoff that came with the box and everything. I didn't buy that this year. It kind of felt like there was no need. However, I really, really enjoyed what we got here with Abominus. Each figure, 3/5 of this figure so far, is super cool by himself. Ripper Snapper was my favorite Transformer for the longest time the whole year. Abominus, although I knew it was a Superion remold, impressed the shit out of me the first time I transformed it. And Blot, I just recently got, and beautiful. One of the best combiner limbs of all time. Center Twin, no, not Twin, I don't have Center Twin just yet. Cutthroat. He's okay. He's the Swoop, and I didn't really like Swoop that much, to be honest. With the Dinobot combiner. I can't remember who was my favorite in the Dinobot combiner other than Grimlock. Was it? It's probably Snarl. Yeah, Snarl. But this is where I have to mention, I did not get Cutthroat. So let me just say this. I do have, I have Center Twin on the way. I already have Cutthroat. I meant to say Center Twin. I have Center Twin on the way. In fact, it's still in this town. I just can't get access to it. So Hunter gave me, because he knew I was trying to complete Abominus, he got me for Christmas Cutthroat and Center Twin. Cutthroat showed up before Christmas. Center Twin showed up after Christmas. And unfortunately, he isn't around to go open his mailbox. And I don't have his key. Sad as that is. But, I think using Wreck-Gar at the minute, I did get Wreck-Gar, and he's pretty cool. He almost makes this figure really cool. For the time being, looking at this, just looking at the silhouette of this is really cool. Like, just the addition of Center Twin is just, it's a different color, isn't going to change a lot of my opinions. But just looking at him so mesmerizing. I love him to death. And I cannot wait to complete him here in a few days. Probably by the time this video is uploaded, I'll have Center Twin. Future me, edit that in if I did or not. So in previous years, this is where I would probably put the honorable mentions. But I want to shout out a figure that I want to say was my favorite figure of the year that I don't own. That goes to Studio Series Blackout. So this is Blockbot CRM's Hunter's Blackout. Every time I would go visit him, or anytime he would come over, he brought this thing because this thing is so fucking cool. I love everything about it. And if I didn't, and if here's the things, I saw it only a couple of times, and every time I saw it, I didn't have the money. Anytime I had the money, they weren't around. So Hunter got this for $5, but every time, look, I don't know, something about this just always made me gravitate to it. Every time I visit his place, even when there was people over, anytime he came over here and we had people over, he'd bring this thing, or he let me play with it, and I just fucking love it. So he went and visited me for the Bumblebee movie. We went to go watch that together. He let me just borrow this for a few weeks, and I really love it, and I really enjoy it, and it just sucks that I don't own it. But it's mine now, Hunter, so... No, I'm not that kind of person, but yeah. Blackout. Honestly, the best figure this year that I don't own, but overall, probably on this list would go second. So, what's number one? I'll tell you after this, that Yoshi's Island music thing. There you go. So, number one in itself isn't that interesting, probably, but it's probably something no one would think is extravagant or worthy to beat all the figures I've said this year. But it's a figure I've wanted for a long time. It was a Holy Grail. So, for many years, I've always had Holy Grail Transformers. My first Holy Grail Transformer was Leadfoot, Leader, Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime, MP10. After MP10, I just kind of didn't have a Holy Grail figure, something I was going to go look out for and get. I mean, there was always figures that, I've always wanted. I've always wanted, Human Alliance Bumblebee, always wanted, MP01, always wanted Ultra Magnus, G1 Wheeljack, but something else. But I forget what it is. But this figure, ever since I discovered it existed, I wanted it. And I always went everywhere looking for it. There have been many times I went on eBay and found it at prices I wasn't really comfortable with at all. However, I finally found it. And it was in person. Well, first off, let me just say it like this. I couldn't find it, so I just kind of gave up on it. Like, I just believed I'd never get it. Fast forward to when I met Peter Cullen this year, and the autograph line, this guy next to me had this figure. And in my brain just rekindled everything I ever wanted about it. And I was like, yeah, I forgot. I really want this thing. It's like beautiful. I just gotta have it. I go to a flea market. There it was. Perfect condition in box. And it has stayed that way since. Yeah. It's Pepsi Optimus Prime. So, I understand if you think, Larry, what the fuck? It's a G1 Prime, but with Pepsi. I don't care. I love Optimus Prime. He's my favorite Autobot. He's my favorite Transformer. He's one of my favorite characters of all time. Probably my favorite ever. So, and Pepsi, I owe a lot to Pepsi in the last many years. Like, they've given me great opportunities. So, owning this thing was like a dream come true. Like, just something I just needed, absolutely wanted. And then I found it. In box. It's never been opened. The sticker is still there from whenever they package these things. No damage at all. Like, zero. I mean, there's slight scuffs. I was just touching that at the top. Slight scuffs. Slight paper damage on some side. Forget where. Over here. But perfect condition. Now, I did consider opening it. Many times. But in the end, I decided, no, shouldn't. Why should I? It's just precious on its own. It's perfect on its own. Now, if I reverse time and if I owned this thing when I met Peter Cullen, would I have him sign it? Probably not. I like what I got signed, the MP10 box. But I really cannot deny the awesomeness of this thing. It's so great. It's so perfect. I'm genuinely happy that I own this thing. It's so weird to say that. It's just fucking Pepsi on an Optimus Prime. But I love it. I really do. Now that I own it, I don't know what else like I have a holy grail for. I mean, yeah, there's a bunch of figures I want, but I don't know how else to fill the void that this thing created. That this thing is like fixed. This is the one thing I've always wanted in my Transformers collection. Now I have it. That was gay. I'm putting on my glasses because shit, I barely could see anything going on. What time are we going? 43 fucking minutes on just the fucking list. Jesus. I need to fix these things. Anyway, I'm Larry Arts Productions, and this has been my 18 figures of the year. I'm taking these glasses off, I hate the reflections. So, these are just the figures I liked and bought over the year. I bought 113 figures this year, yeah. A little more than last year, and Brian beat me on that list, but whatever. So, 2019's here, and I think, in a way, I feel like it'll be a better year. I feel like it. I don't think... I've said that about 2018. There's no stopping these shitty years, are they? Please be good.